today it is February finished pages. I had to think about that. February finished pages. Now I haven't done loads and loads and loads this month. I've done quite a bit, but not what I'd usually do. And to be honest, I can't wait to get this month out of the way and start tomorrow, the 1st, feeling a little bit better. But let's just get straight into it. I'll move all this, organise it a little bit better. I think I want to show you all my Kirby pages first for my hashtag Crazy Kirbyathon. So let's get started. Now, like I said, we'll start off with the Kirby pages, but I have not organised any of the other ones. I have got a couple of whips in this pile and I'll go through them as we get to them. So the first one, I can never pronounce this, it's just a mixture of all these other books. And like I said, I did do a hashtag this month and I've decided to run it all the way through March as well, because I did really enjoy this, and the pictures that I see on Instagram are amazing. Later on today I'm going to take all them pictures off Instagram and then make a separate video as well on them. Now, see, I tagged that page wanting to do it, so that'll be next month, so I'll keep that tag there. And I have got a couple of other ideas for backgrounds and stuff that I want to film, so that's why I do want to push it out another month, because I know that these pages are, you know, some of them are really detailed, double page spreads, so they're going to take 2, 3, 4 days, if not weeks, to complete. So I did this one. So this one isn't in any particular order. I'm just pulling it from the stack of books that I've got here. Now, I believe that I did film this actually from start to finish. I did a separate video on the background on how you can achieve this watercolour effect. It is incredibly easy. And then I filmed the rest of myself colouring it in with I think Prismacolor, Tombow brush pens, and a mixture of gel pens. Oh no, not gel pens, the Spectrum Noir sparkle pen. That's what you can see sparkling, it's just shining there. Excuse me. So yeah, I like this. I do like the actual effect. And can you see now that it's more or less flat? I mean, there's a couple of crinkles in there, but it wasn't anything like it was when I finished it that first day, and I don't feel the need that I need to iron it. But I love how it turned out. It's so simple, that background, yet so effective. And I hope that I come across, or put it across in that video, of how easy it is actually to do. I will link it somewhere around here or in the description of this video, just in case that you're interested. But is that a swallow? I don't know. I'm not very clued up on birds. But yeah, that's the first one that I'm going to show. Not the first one that I did. So what have we got next? I'm just double checking because I know I've got tags in pages that I want to do next month, and I've kept the tags in. And I've got a recipe here for sweet and sour chicken, or sweet and sour pork, not sweet and sour chicken. I did all this one actually as well on camera from start to finish, when I just put my normal relaxing rain noises over the top. But this was a body colour, and I can't remember the lady's name. I'm going to have to double check. I know that sounds terrible, but sometimes when you speak to that many people on Instagram, and she's a lovely lady, actually she messaged me yesterday and I completely forgot to message her back. I've had a lot on this weekend. Let me just find the lady. So her Instagram name is Bubble of Colouring. Now I do believe she's got a YouTube channel. So what I'll do, I don't know what's wrong with my throat today. What I'll do, I will leave a link down below to her channel, and I'll try and tag it around here somewhere. Sometimes I can do that and sometimes I can't. It depends on the person's settings, on their YouTube settings. But yeah, Bubble of Colouring. She's actually already added her completed pages for February. She beat me to it. But her page turned out beautiful. So I did my usual really easy, just, you know, watercolour background. I went over the whole image though. I was not in the mood to sit here and mask and fluid all of these little details. So I did that, and then over the top this is acrylic paint for the plants, because again I didn't want to sit here colouring in all these teeny tiny little details. I wanted to work more on this area. I really like how the deer turned out, and I'll say it again, look, it's dried more or less flat And if you did watch that video, you would have seen that I drowned this book with water on this page, and it's tackled it so well. We have got, this is not bleed through, it's just soaked from the other side. Now if I show you the other one, to stop that from happening, put some masking tape around the edges to give yourself a nice border, and then you're not going to have that issue. But I wanted the whole, even the edges, everything done of this picture. But if that really does bother you, then just pop a bit of masking tape on. Put the masking tape on your clothes just to take the initial tackiness off, and then pop it down. But I've got a tiny little bit that's actual bleed through, that's not so it's soaked through. So yeah, I mean, it's a £5 book. I mean, more or less you can find it in art stores, craft stores, bookstores, and on Amazon. These books are around £5, and I just think they're an absolute bargain. They're not watercolour paper, no they're not, but can I cover that up with other watercolour or other acrylic? Of course I can, of course I can. So why worry about the page behind? And I say it, I'll say it again, I've said it a million times, if these colouring books aren't here to give us fun, even if you just want to sit there and flip through the pages, then why do we have them? Why do we have them? And this is the way that I enjoy my books, just chucking a load of paint at them and hoping that they turn out, basically. But yeah, that's my dear in Mythomorphia. Now this is one of the books that I do want to finish. I do want to completely finish this book. I know there's a couple of pages back here. And unfortunately, because I have a problem with buying duplicate books, like I've done this page, this double page spread, I'm pretty sure I've done both of them. I've definitely done an Ice Dragon in another book. So even though I've done loads and loads and loads of these pages, they're not in the same book. I mean, I've redone the Griffin page again, and I'm so glad that I did. And that's another reason that I buy 2 books, is because I'll look back at my old work and think, you know what, I can do better at that. I'm going to do it this way this time, and then I'm going to show you the difference. Breathe. So I've got World Within Worlds, and I've got a random Black Widow swatch chart, and I've actually already filled that in. So where's the one that I've done? Right, so this is one that I've done. Again, I think I filmed this, or maybe I filmed just a touch of it on a whip of the week. I can't quite remember now, but I used the Graphitint pencils and the Derwent Inktense. That's why it's a very muted palette. It's not my usual in your face colours, it is very muted. And then the background is just basic watercolour. I wasn't about to sit there and watercolour pencil all of that background, because I would have been here forever and a day. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with this. Now some areas, if I zoom you in, have started to pill a little bit, like here, but I've put layer upon layer upon layer of watercolour. Now maybe the trick is, a couple of people have messaged me saying that they've destroyed the pages. Now the only thing I can think of is you've put the watercolour down in a lot of paint, which I do, which is fine, but then you're not letting the layers in between dry. You're going over the top with more and more and more, and the paper just can't handle it. I mean, even with the best watercolour paper that I've got, I can't do that. You have to let the layers dry. That's just how it works. You just have to be a bit patient. I mean, you can use a heat gun, which I did get a new heat gun this month, thanks to Kirsty, and I love it. It's really quiet. Why I hadn't purchased it ages and ages ago, I had it on my Amazon wish list, but she kindly gave it to me. But yeah, I do really like this page. I think it turned out quite nice. Now I have got a couple of pages tagged in here, so this is another one that I want to do next month. That's very rare for me to tag pages and go, this is what I'm going to do. Very rare, but I love Kirby. Oh, and I did this one. So I don't think I did any of this one on camera actually, and I don't even think I've shared this on Instagram. Now I did go missing on Instagram and whatnot for a good week or so, and I'm still needing to get back to some people. I'm not being ignorant, I've just had a lot on. Well, that's one of the reasons that I didn't share this, because I am quite proud of this, although I don't like the background. I tell a lie, I like the black acrylic, I don't like the splash effect. I think it was a KJ design by Karen, nothing wrong with that paint, love them paints, but I didn't add enough. I added too much water and didn't let it sit for long enough. Can you see the sparkle? I mean, it is really pretty, but you can get them paints so super duper pigmented. I mean, it's making me out to be a liar now, because on camera it looks super pretty, but in real life, I mean, it doesn't look too bad. It looks better than it did. Right, so scratch that. I changed my mind now because I do like it. I do like it. But these, are they rams? Are they rams? And I just wanted something really easy, really easy. This is basically 2 or 3 colours of watercolour for these, and then the same for these, and then a bit of Prismacolor, or it might have been the Arteza pencils over the top for a little bit of depth and detail. So simple, so effective. I am not one that I physically can't. I wish I could sit here and spend a day just colouring that and then colouring that. I wish I could, because the final outcome of people's pages and artwork when they do spend hours and hours and hours is absolutely incredible. But my patience is about this. And especially at the moment it's shrunk to about this, so if I can't get it finished in 2 or 3 nights, then I sort of get bored of it. That's just the mindset that I'm in at the minute. So that's my rams. I'm keeping all the tags in this month because I do want to share them on Instagram before I do the Instagram hashtag video. Now, what have I done in this one? Let me check. Oh yes, the deers. I do remember, and I think I did actually share this one on Instagram. This was right start at the month, I think. Right at the start of the month. And I did do a video showing you how to create these galaxy horns. Again, incredibly easy. It's once you know the trick of it, you'll sort of want to do it on everything like I do, because it is so easy and it turns out beautiful. Beautiful. I did do a bit of a whoopsie here, right? So this here should have been the body of the deer, I think, because the body of the deer is here, but it did look slightly different. It looked more like cloud. So I still do think that I probably should have done that purple, but nevertheless, anyway. But I stuck with the same colour scheme. I didn't want any pops of yellow or pops of orange or red or anything. I just wanted it the blues and the purples, and simply about the background with all the splash effects. There's no sparkles on this, and in hindsight, after looking at that other page, I probably should have done that. But yeah, that is the deer page. Again, I've done quite a few in this book. There's my T-Rex one as well. And I've never ever once felt the need that I've destroyed a page that much that I've ripped the page out. I think I'd probably have to cry if I did that to one of my Kirby books. I think I probably would. So that's all the Kirby ones that I've done, which I think is quite a lot in a month. And I did want to get loads more done, as you saw by the tags. But what happened this month, what happened, you know, and I just didn't want to do it, I'll be honest. I didn't want to do it. But the last couple ones were after what happened with eBay, and I did feel better once I'd done them. So on to Hannah Carlzon for support Hannah Carlzon. I think it's hashtag support Hannah Carlzon. I'm sure it is. I'm more than positive it is, actually. I have to stop sometimes and just breathe. I don't think I talk this quick in real life. Well, maybe I do, because people tell me to slow down. I can take the tag out of this because I have already shared this on Instagram, and I cannot believe how popular this image was, this finished page. I was actually jaw-dropped the amounts of likes and comments I had on this page in particular, because this was just I can't really be bothered picking anything too detailed. I just want to sit here. I had a movie on, or what was I watching? I think I was watching the Pam and Tommy thing, and I just did this, and it was just easy. Gel pen for all of the border. It's not picking up on camera. A bit of watercolour for the background. Super duper easy. And I want to say, not Inktense, Faber-Castell, Albert Dürer for the rest of it, and then some gel pen detail. And it was so simple. I think it took me about 2 hours all in all, maybe 2.5. But yeah, I can't believe that this is my most popular post on Instagram. I couldn't think then. I couldn't think. Yeah, I've still not finished that one. But that's the only Hannah Carlzon one that I've done this month, actually, which is not like me. But I did take a lot on with going for all the Kirby page for the month. But that is Seasons by Hannah Carlzon. I'll quickly, very quickly just chuck this in, because this is just some galaxy practicing that I've been doing. I need to finish the splatter on this. That's why I've not to the masking tape. I'm just testing different paints and what sort of effect that I can get in this book, really. This one's a really cool one. Look at that one. And that's with the Winsor & Newton silver ink. Again, the effect, it's like a crackle effect sort of thing. And this one that what did I use? I think I used a cup or something and put masking fluid around it just to create this cool effect. And then the gold Winsor & Newton ink again. But yeah, I love this, just for sitting here and doing a bit of do you call it doodling if it's paint? I don't know, but that's what I've been calling it anyway, doodling. Yeah, so that's the only original art that I've done this month. No, I tell a lie. See, my head's still not right. I did that commission. Now, I unfortunately did not take a video of the final commission, the piece, but I have got pictures. I will try and insert them somewhere here, but I have got one of them because I did two, so the lady could pick from which one she wanted. I've kept the blue one, which is up on my wall just here, so I will do a video at the end of this and put it over the top just so you can see. She asked for a paint pour and 2 watercolour paintings, and I think I sent her 4 watercolour paintings and then the paint pour, and I glossed it and did everything that I needed to do to seal the picture in, and I was really pleased how it turned out. It's not arrived with her yet. I am tracking it every single day, so I really do hope that she loves it. I really enjoyed doing it. My plan is to do some more paint pouring. Either I can't do it tomorrow, it'll have to be Wednesday or Thursday. I am going to film it because Claire from Colour with Claire was kind enough to send me some really nice quality canvases, so that's the plan for Wednesday or Thursday. Now, a couple of PDFs that I've got a couple that are whips. So this is a Mario Lebu deck. You know, if you're into colouring, you probably heard of this artist before. I love her. I just feel like any of her pictures that I colour, even if I was using pencils that I didn't really like, I can pull it off because the actual illustration itself is so beautiful, you know. But I used tan tone paper on this, so that's why I blacked it out with just black acrylic, because I did spend an hour and a half, 2 hours on this skin, which again is unlike me because I get bored. But once I'd done the skin and I thought it was nice, you couldn't really tell a difference with the paper. I mean, you could see that there was pencil work there, but it didn't really show up, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to black out the whole of it, and then it just looks like that I've done it on white paper. And I think she's turned out absolutely beautiful. Polychromos for the hair. I think I used Caran d'Ache Luminance for the skin, and then Polychromos as well for all the flowers, all the details at the top. I love it. Glossy accents as well for the eyes, and then the Spectrum Noir Sparkle pen. Oh, and the little earring. I think she's beautiful, and when eventually I've got my art room, she is going up centre stage on the wall. I think I love her. I'm really proud of that one. So that one's definitely going on Instagram. Now I like this one. I do really like this one, but not as much as that other one. So you see what I mean here. I did spend quite some time building up the skin layers and building up the shading and adding a bit of blush. I even added a bit of blush to the tip of her nose, and you can't really tell because of the toned background. That's why I tried watercolour, which was a bit of a no-no on this paper. It just reacted terribly weird. I like the hair colour, and I'm just disappointed a little bit with what I did with the background with that one. I think I destroyed it. I think if I do this with tan toned paper again, I'll do this trick and just pop a little bit of black acrylic over the top, and it just makes it look a little bit more put together. That just looks messy, that, in my opinion. Yeah, because I couldn't really get any good watercolour effects with that, but it is what it is. It is what it is. I think that's the only 2 Mario Lebu deck pages. Now I have got this PDF as well, and I think the artist is Rain? I can't quite remember, but I started all of this hair with the Rogeton pencils, and my god, the pain in my wrist of using them pencils on my elbow is unreal, so I did have to stop. But I think I'm gonna I will carry on, and I'll just have to do it bit by bit by bit, so it's not bothering my hand too much. But I'm wondering whether it's worth me filming it, because there's not a lot of erogeton videos out there, erogeton pencil videos out there, but they are super duper hard pencils. If you don't like the polychromos because they're hard, you will not like these pencils. So I give myself a break with the butterfly, and I've started the leaf work on the dress and used Prismacolor because I knew that they were easy, they were creamy, they were smooth, easy to blend, and I've wrote down my colours just so I can come back to that. But yeah, that was a painstaking one, I'm not gonna lie, that was painstaking. I like doing the eyes though, I love colouring eyes. I love colouring eyes. So that needs to be separate for my whips. I have got one whip in here, and it is a body colour with a lovely lady on Instagram. I'll just say her first name, Deb, and I've not finished it yet. There's another body colour in here as well. Let me just find the one that's, is it this one? No, it's not this one, it's the tattoo book. Oh, where is my tattoo book? Yeah, it's tell a lie. So I'll quickly show you that one, very quickly show you that one. I get mixed up. Yeah, so this is my whip with Deb. I just need to finish the skin tone on this, and then she's more or less done. Right, let me move this, and the camera's doing all sorts of weird, so let me just get it all in focus and be right back. Right, so that should be a little bit better now. Yeah, so I did film the background of this, and I've just moved my desk. So I'm facing like into the front room now. I feel like I'm more engaged with the family when I'm sat here doing my art, especially in the evenings. I'm practically facing my husband now, where usually I'd have my back to him. So I put the tripod in a different place. It's still in that place today, but I've figured it out a little bit better. But because that was the first time that I filmed with the tripod in that area, when I was doing some of this top section, it cut it out. But you can see most of it. I mean, you can see me going around doing all this, and I even edited it, uploaded it, and then when I went to check it on YouTube, it was on private, and it still is on private. I noticed that little tip at the top. But let me know if you still want to watch that video. I still will upload it. It's about 12 or 13 minutes long, but I am going to recreate this background on another picture that I'll show you in a minute. So that is the whip that I've got in this boot, so my tag definitely needs to stay in. And then this is the one that I did finish. This one was the first one that I did in this book. I could not wait to jump into this book. I love it. I love it. I just wish the paper was a little bit better. I mean, I've chucked a lot of watercolour on it here, and it's handled it quite well. It's handled it better here than it did here. And I've got a funny feeling, and bear with me here, this is just a theory, but if you're colouring the front of a book, because you've got all that paper behind, like leaning on it, and you've got this flopping up, I'm going to struggle explaining what I mean here. The paper's flat to the page, isn't it? And you're not getting all the really bad crinkles, and it takes it quite well. But because this page is more or less at the back of the book, watch what happens when I do this. It wants to flip up, it naturally wants to flip up. And I did actually use a clip that you can see the mark there to try and keep it down. But nothing was stopping this page from waving. So the watercolour has dried very strangely on that one, very strangely, unfortunately. But what does everybody else think of that? Like, if I did this very, let's say for instance, this very first page, it's nice and flat on the book, the water isn't going to pool anywhere, and I don't think I'll have many issues. Whereas if I go even further to the back of the book, and I went to do this, then it's just going to want to pull up. Even if I clip this down, maybe I could masking tape it down to my table, but then I'm risking ripping the paper, which I have a really good tendency to do with nearly every single colouring page that I do. So I don't really want to have to do that. It's my party trick, that, using masking tape and ripping paper apparently. But anyway, back to this one, which is, I've lost the page now because the tag just fell out. There she is. So all based with alcohol markers. You know why some people find mandalas relaxing? I find relaxing picking up a book like this, or this one for instance, and basting it all with alcohol markers. And then I know in my head the next night or the next day, whenever it is that I come back to that book, it's all basted, and it's just a simple task of adding a little bit of shading, something of a background, and Bob's your uncle, it's a finished page. I don't know why I find that so relaxing, but I can sit at the couch, I don't have to sit at my desk, you know. But I love how she turned out. And I think it was this page in particular that it was requested for me to do this sort of background. That's why I was annoyed with myself. Look at the difference. And that one's a buddy colour. So Deb, if you're watching this, I do apologise for the background. I wish that I'd took a picture of the picture, a proper scanned picture, and then I would have printed this out again on nicer paper. But it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, it can't be helped now. So let's put that tag back in. Upside down Deborah. There we go. Oh, I'm getting my new tattoo. Not next week, week after. I'm getting Evie's paw print on my, I think I'm going for my right rib, I think. I've not decided actually which side. I think I'm leaning more towards my right side. So I need to send my tattooist the dimensions actually. Quickly actually. So this is the whip that I started last night. Based it all with alcohol markers. Let me just put that there and then it's not putting you off while saying that. I've got a big tattoo in the way. Let me cover it up with something. All alcohol markers. I just wanted you just to look at this side really. Yeah, and that's, I was watching, I know I'm boring for some of you talking about Pokemon, but it was released last night, yesterday, the new Pokemon game for this end of this year. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. That's why my dog was called Evie, because I love Pokemon and I have done it ever since the first generation, and I always will. I will be 50 years old and still playing Pokemon. Anyway, back to the page. Now I am going to redo that tutorial of the background on camera for you guys, and hope to God that it's in frame, number one, and number two, it turns out as nice as the tiger one. Because if you're a fellow YouTuber, please comment down below, does this happen to you when you're doing something and you're not thinking about it in your own time, it turns out beautiful, and then when you sit down in front of the camera and you really do concentrate, I want to get it perfect, it doesn't turn out. It doesn't turn out. It's always the way. It's always the way. So yeah, I based it with Ohuhu markers. All the hair is done with Brute Funas. If you're looking for a budget pencil, please do consider the Brute Funas, an oil pencil, oily pencil they call them. Really do like them. And then this page behind is a buddy colour with Love of Colouring, and it's Shannon. Is it Shannon? Yes, it's Shannon. Let me just take this off. Now I don't know if I shared this on Instagram, just let me just check. I might have done actually. So here's my Instagram. Yes, so I did share this. I'll quickly show you now. That's the page that I was talking about that's got so many likes, and I'm still like, oh, I can't believe how many it's got. But yeah, this was a buddy colour. I love how this turned out. I think she's absolutely beautiful. I enjoyed every second of this. I didn't have any issues with the paper. Now the paper in this, I have a love-hate relationship. If I base it in markers, I love it. It's easy peasy. Now if I had to just use pencil, I think I'd be getting very annoyed, very annoyed very quickly. So yeah, I only really use these books with alcohol markers. The only thing is with the Ohuhu, I really do like them, but they don't do open stock as far as I'm aware. But I just think that she's beautiful. Polychrome was for the hair, and I do believe Prismacolor for the flower, basic watercolour for the background. I call it basic, but I bet you I can't do it again. And then the koala is just a little bit of grey shading. And then some glossy accents on her eyes and on the little koala's eyes. And then that bits of glitter that you can see is the, let me think of the name. I'm going to be impressed if I remember this. Whoa embossing powder glitter. Whoa embossing powder glitter, just a little bit. And then some, it was either Colour or Arteza gel pen. This was right start of the month. I just love that one. I love that one. It's a very close call between that one and then the Mariola Boudet with the black background for this month, I think. But yeah, that's my whip, and I'm going to definitely keep that out because I'm planning on filming for the next couple of hours, so to get some good content up for you guys. My last whip, I've got 2 other finished pages, and my last whip is this one, another Mario Labu deck. Now, I was so excited when I figured out this background. Look at the back of the paper. I shared this on Instagram on the stories, and I was saying how cool that background is. You could use that, put it all over the page, and then cut it out and use it in backgrounds, use it in scrapbooking, planning, whatever. I just think it's, oh, brilliant. But then I had the smart idea to put masking tape over the already perfectly coloured polychromos hair that took me hours and hours and hours to do. I don't think I've got a before picture saved on my phone. I think I deleted it. If I find it, I'll put it up somewhere around here. But it was just, I worked on the hair, there was nothing on the background. But the background is all these with the weird shapes and colours and textures is alcohol markers. It's alcohol markers with alcohol blending solution. How easy, how easy. And I wish that I'd just left it as is. Instead, I had to do my too much jean and put too much colour on and too much glitter, and I went over the top. I don't think I'm going to come back to that, but purely because of what's happened here. It's bled through onto her face, unfortunately. But I'm still happy that I've done that, because I've never done rainbow hair, so keeping this as a reference, I didn't actually use a colour scheme. Like, let me just get my polychromos. So the way that I've got my polychromos laid out in my pencil case is just the way that they came already in a tin. So I went for the colours that were already laid out. So from the yellows to the oranges to the reds to the pinks to the purples to the blues to the turquoises. As simple as that. And that's how I achieved that. I can't really remember specifically what colours I used, but I'm betting you that I could recreate this quite simply by just doing this. So working from light to dark, light to dark, light to dark, light to dark. But the whole thing anyway that I wanted to show you about this is the background. Now I'm going to create a video just dedicated on a background like this, because I think everyone needs to know about it. As long as you don't go pen happy like me, then you'll be fine. But I just got excited when I first did that bit and that bit. I was so excited, going, oh my god, look at this. I got up and showed my husband, and I think that didn't help, because it moved because I was walking over going, look at this, look at this, look at this, and then it moved the alcohol marker onto her face. But yeah, you live and learn. And I've just realised my light flashes just fell out, so I need to get some pencil extenders. I'm in desperate need for them, desperate need. So yeah, that will be another upcoming video all about this background. But like I said, you don't have to use it in backgrounds, you could use it in scrapbooking, planning. And that brings me to the other thing that I forgot. I've ordered a custom, well, it's not technically, it is and it isn't. It's a planner, just like a normal yearly planner, but I'm going to use it / YouTube. And on the front cover, it's going to say colour me stress free. And I thought that was dead like fancy, and it only cost me about £25. It's a leather front on it. And I'm going to show that in a video because it's adorable, and I think it's so affordable as well, the ladies shop. So that should probably be here tomorrow or Wednesday, so I'm looking forward to that. So talking about mandalas, I sent this to a couple of friends and said, look what I'm doing. Never guess what I'm doing, because I don't do mandalas. But I can do these because they're not, like, there's a picture of a lion here. I've done another one with the octopus. It's not just all patterns, because I get headaches easy with mandalas. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to it. So yeah, I sort of cheated on this one because these bits should have been coloured, and I couldn't be bothered. Let me bring you in a little bit more. I mean, I like the way that the line itself actually turned out, and a little bit of Winsor & Newton ink on his, what's that? Tattoo? Jewellery? Whatever it's meant to be. And it was just a sit down. I've been doing this a lot lately, like putting things on in the background, and I'm not even properly looking at the page. I'm just every now and again, and I just feel like I'm zoning out. So this was quite good for zoning out and doing that. But yeah, That's the mandalas gone wild. I think this is one of 3 mandala boots that I own, and I don't plan on buying it anymore anytime soon. And the last one, did I show this in my haul video? Oh, I can't remember. I think I did. The new Maria Trolle one. Trolle. I've heard it pronounced so many different ways. Again, this one, I think this one was the first one that I did after what happened this month, so I just wanted something easy. Just some watercolour at it, a little bit of Inktense. And I've completely butchered my name. I should have started it a little bit further back and done it a little bit smaller. I'm not overly proud of this one, it's just I've started the book and it's what it is. But is it me, or is this really white paper, where other ones were more of an off-white, yellowy colour? And I think I prefer the yellowy colour. I think I really do actually. I mean, I do like the boot, but I wish it was more like the others. But I will try my best to find the footage of that paint pour, or the pictures should I say. But please do leave me a like if you're not on YouTube, or if you're not doing YouTube, you don't understand, even just leaving a little like on the video, it really does help me and my channel out. Now, I'm in the process of doing my members. I'm only going to do 2 tiers to start off with. I said that I didn't want to make a video about it, and I don't really, but I think I'll make a video just with text on the screen or something like that, because that's what's recommended. After me starting this process, there's a bit at the end where it says, we recommend you make a video to announce it, and then after me saying, I don't want to make a video to announce it. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to, but it'll just be text on the screen, so you know, just giving you the information of what the perks are going to be, and you're just basically going to be helping me and my channel out. This is something that's just for me and nothing else. It doesn't involve my husband or my kids. I class this as my job now, considering how many hours that I spend doing this, to editing, to, you know, processing bloody videos. So yeah, and then don't get me wrong, I love it. I love doing what I do. I do love doing what I do. But I'm going to take a snapshot of each of these pictures and get sharing on Instagram. And then I've got another list of things that I need to get done today. So please do take care of yourself, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.